Welcome to the 24/7 Sports Channel on YouTube. I'm National Recruiting Editor Brandon Huffman, and in just a moment, we'll go down to Converse, Texas, where Judson defensive lineman Johnny Bowens is set to make his college decision here on Thanksgiving Day. Johnny Bowens is a four-star, ranked among the top 35 players at his position nationally, a top 40 player in the Lone Star State, and a top 247 prospect ranked 222nd overall. He had offers from all over the country, but he has narrowed it down to a final three of the Oregon Ducks, the Texas A&M Aggies, and the Texas Longhorns. And here on Thanksgiving Day with his family in tow, he is ready to make his announcement and let the country know where he's going to play in his college football. But before we hear where he's going to play, we go down to Converse, where Johnny is joined by some very important people in his life. Johnny, thanks for joining us tonight.
Yes, sir.
I know that you're probably smelling all the Thanksgiving food that's being prepared right now, probably hungry like most of us are, but you've got a big decision here, and you've got some important people that are there to celebrate this day, to celebrate this moment with us. First, who do you have sitting next to you, to your left and to your right?
To the right, I have my dad, and then to the left, I have my mom.
So an important day, a day of family, a day of thankfulness you get to spend with two people that I'm sure have been along for this ride from the beginning. You had offers from all over the country. You originally committed to Texas A&M. You opened it up, and now you're down to a final three of the Oregon Ducks, Texas A&M, and Texas. How has this process been like from those first offers early in your career to now today when you're set to make this announcement?
I can say like my first offer, it was real. And I was real happy. That I've been dreaming this since I was little. Always been dreaming that I have offers and all that, like from all the colleges I want. So, like, my first offer was UTSA, so it was a good offer. And then, like, after that, my coach told me, like, after you get one offer, they all start coming in, and you keep working, everything will come in. So, like, everybody just started offering me after that one offer, and then I just kept working. So, like, the process is crazy. A lot of kids do dream to do this a lot. You get, like, a lot of opportunities to go see them. You get it for free. You look at all the colleges you want. They show you everything you want. It's like a red carpet when you get there, your OVs. So, like, it's a good process. And, like, it's hard when it comes down to the last decision because you build all the relationships with the coaches. And, you only choose one coach. And it's hard, though. It's hard. And, like, a lot of coaches call you every day, text you every day. You answer them, you call them. Like, it is depressing sometimes. Like, you be like, dang, like, I got to choose only one coach. So it's a good process, though. It's good and bad.
So you narrowed it down to those three. You've got kind of a mix of an SEC school already in Texas A&M, a Big 12 school that's headed to the SEC in Texas, and a Pac-12 school in Oregon. So truly a national recruit. Folks are tuned in to see where you're going to be playing your college football. But before we get to the decision on where you want to go, I want to give you the opportunity on a day today like Thanksgiving where we celebrate what we're thankful for you to thank those people that have been along the ride with you during this process.
I like to thank my dad, been there with me since, highs and lows. We have our differences, all that, but I still, love him to death. We got my mom, she's been there since I was little too. I was with my mom, and she took me in, and that was, that's a good parent right there. She didn't have to, so I'm thankful for her to take me in like I'm a child, and I just want to say thank you to God for me in this position to I have little brothers, so they can follow me, and I feel like I'm leading in a good way, not a bad way. I feel like a lot of kids don't lead, like a lot of little kids, they how can I say it? Like wasn't surrounded with good, with good people, good leaders, so like they always just go do bad stuff. So I feel like I'm leading in a good way, not a bad way for my little brothers, and they can follow me, and hopefully they can be in the same position I'm doing.
Well, I'm sure they're excited to see just as much as everybody else where you're going to be playing your college football. So, Johnny, take it away. Let the national audience know where you're going to be playing your college ball.
For the next 3 to 4 years, I'll be taking my talents to Oregon University.
Yes. Ducks, let's go.
There we go. We got the whole family in Oregon gear. Now, obviously, a big commitment for Dan Lanning, for Tony Tuioti, for Tosh Lupoi. You're leaving the Lone Star State. You're headed up to Oregon. What was it about Oregon and Coach Lanning, especially being a defensive head coach, that made the Ducks the pick for you?
Coach Lanning's a good guy, good coach. He teach the best defensive players. I feel like Jordan Davis, Kyle Walker, like all the guys. So like I feel like he could make me into them. Very versatile. I could play anywhere on the field. I play linebacker. I feel like I could play anywhere. And Coach Lanning's a good coach, not just a good coach, a good person. I feel like, with all the players, he's taking his time with his players. And when I was like on all my OVs, I feel like he was always there. Like sometimes you know how you don't see the head coach all the time. And when I was there, even not on my OV, he's there. He's around everybody. You usually don't see the head coach around everybody because they're the head coach, the famous guy of the whole university. So I just feel like he can make it to where I want to be. I want to go to the NFL, and I feel like he put me there.
You had, of your final three, two of them were coached by offensive head coaches. You picked the one that's coached by a defensive guy. Did that play a factor in your decision, knowing that, like you mentioned, Jordan Davis, the players that he developed, Trevon Walker at Georgia, did that play a role in the decision, knowing you're going to go play for a guy who's defense first?
Yes, sir. It played a big role. It's good to have your head coach as your defensive player. In high school right now, well, I just had my last game. Coach Soto, he was my head coach, but he was a defensive head coach. So it's good. You get to talk to them. They really know the game, really know defense. Talk to them anything. They help you with anything. Wherever you need help with. So it's good to have your head coach as your defense, as your position that you play.
Mom and Dad, he had the two in-state options, but he's choosing to go to the West Coast. How's your feeling about that, knowing that he's going to have the opportunity to spread his wings out on the West Coast, but at a program that is a national brand? What's your reaction to the choice to go to the West Coast?
I kind of figured that's where he was leaning towards. He really been keeping it to himself the whole time. He didn't tell nobody really where he was going. But like he said, Oregon, they was real authentic with it. They showed us a good time. Just everything about Oregon was good. I'm glad he picked the Ducks. It's a long drive, but it was a very good choice.
Mom, what do you think about it?
I'm just proud of him regardless. So really didn't matter where he went as long as he's happy. So I'm just super proud of him.
He looks happy. He's a defensive lineman. I know, like most linemen, they're happy what's going to be coming up on the menu a little bit later. So I'm going to let you guys get back to spending time with the family at Thanksgiving. But Johnny Bowens leaving the Lone Star State, headed to a top 10 program at the University of Oregon to play for Dan Lanning. There he is. Everybody's got their green. They got their Oregon gear on. Johnny, family, why don't you flash that O for all the Oregon fans tuning in and let them know where you're headed.
Go Ducks!
All right, well, there you have it. Johnny Bowens, out of Judson High School in Converse, Texas, announces his commitment to the University of Oregon. Another huge pickup for Dan Lanning, who might not be done in the Lone Star State in this 2023 class. Oregon continuing to recruit nationally. They've done a tremendous job of recruiting all around the country in 2023 since Dan Lanning got there. And the Ducks pick up another huge piece to the puzzle, getting a top 247 prospect out of the Lone Star State. Oregon heading into their rivalry game this weekend with Oregon State, a potential spot at stake in the Pac-12 championship game and maybe a Rose Bowl. But right now they go into the Lone Star State to grab one of the premier defensive linemen in the state. Thanks for tuning in. Happy Thanksgiving to all of you. For 247 Sports, I'm Brandon Huffman. Thanks for watching.